Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Moritz, here from MV Rugby, and yeah, what a weekend it was. Epic clash of the ages, and a fantastic end to a rugby championship. I'm of course talking about the Castle Lager incoming series final between South Africa and Argentina, and absolutely one for the history books. Argentina played very well, but I'll get into it just in a couple of minutes. But also a fantastic celebration to a wonderful man, an absolute icon to South African rugby, Eben Etzebeth, breaking Victor Matfield's 127 caps to become the most capped player in a Springbok jersey. Um, that, of course, was followed up by New Zealand versus Australia. Also, fantastic game. The New Zealanders was a bit marred by some discipline issues, but in the end, basically, fighting back very hard. Then, of course, we have the results for the URC round two, and quite a fantastic display over there as well. But we'll get to right into that in just a few minutes. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get cracking. Well, guys, yeah, the results are in, and probably one of the most epic games played in a rugby championship final that in for the history books, really. The South Africa versus Argentina at the Mbombela Stadium last weekend were one that will go down in ages for many years to come. Even Etzebeth running onto the field for his 128th cap in a Springbok jersey, beating Victor Matfield's record of 127. An amazing young man, absolutely amazing young man, father and warrior to the South African nation. Being introduced, his name lit up in flames, by an MP warrior for an MP warrior. Absolutely, it was electrifying in the air. to say the least. Apelele Fassi, absolutely brilliant performance by him. His defense lacked a bit though. He could work a bit on his defense, but his attacks was surgical in precision. Absolutely, him being sandwiched between two Argentinian players for his first try, then kind of being thrown over over the try line almost. Or throwing himself rather over the try line to score his first try and the first try of the match very early on. A fantastic performance by him, absolutely. Being inspired almost really by by Eben and the other veteran players in the Springbok jersey. Chislin Colby playing his favorite game, beating the defender. Fantastic. That led to an absolute wonderful try by Apelele Fassi, his second one, and giving himself another try with an absolute fantastic roll to avoid two defenders to score his try. Amazing performances by all sides. Albanose scoring the only try for Argentina in that game. A wonderful attack move, 3 passes out, fantastic ball handling by them that resulted in that try, and then also a try underneath the poles really, and seeing that same try being converted by Albanose himself. Yeah, Kurtley Arendse not really having a good day. we nearly went down for a try. Unfortunately, the ball just bouncing a half an inch too quick for him underneath, and he just couldn't lodge the ball between his body and the ground to make a legal grounding. Luckily, that was followed up by a try by Pieter-Steph du Toit, his second one. First one was brilliant. A little pick and go by him over the ruck, being caught by Albonoz, and he's kind of playing. He was like, okay, Albonoz, let's see how long you can hold me up. Which wasn't very long. I counted about 2 seconds before he literally had to put him down and scoring the try for him. But a brilliant effort, great effort by Albonoz. Tried really hard to hold the big man up, but just couldn't do it. Albonoz making a brilliant try. Mateo's yellow card, tackling Apelele Fassi in the end. I think it was only basically Apelele Fassi's twist in the air that really saved him from a red card. Like a cat-like maneuver, Apelele Fassi twisting his body in mid-air to land on his side and on his forearms, avoiding a really dangerous landing, kind of mitigating the conditions for Carreras, Mateo Carreras, keeping it at a yellow card, going off for 10 minutes. Santiago also suffering a yellow card in the last couple of, I think, 10 minutes of the game, due to a deliberate knock on after a pass from Lucanio to Pieter-Steph du Toit. Not intentional, obviously, but there was no realistic way he's going to catch that ball. So, deliberate knock on, yellow card given. Them's the rules, I'm afraid. I don't know if that was his intention, probably not, but that was the result. And then obviously, Argentina being marred by, terrible discipline. Pablo Carreras, I think it was, or Pablo Mateo, excuse me, going off for a yellow card that was upgraded to a red card after his rushed attempt to clear the ruck on Vincent Koch, left shoulder catching him in the back of the head. Clearly a dangerous move. He was aiming for Vincent Koch, but I do believe it was purely just kind of clear him off the ruck. He comes in from distance, comes in at an angle, so it was a side entry as well into the ruck. Which probably would have just given him a penalty if not for the left shoulder connecting with Vincent Koch's back of the head. So yeah, unfortunately not his game either. But I have to hand it to Argentina. They played well. For some brilliant attack moves. Unfortunately, couldn't break through most of the Springboks defenses, except for that one time. So definitely, they can be, satisfied with their performance. Their coach really has done something for them. He's absolutely lifted that team out of obscurity to become a force to be reckoned with, giving the New Zealanders a bloody nose, the Wallabies a bloody nose, and on their home turf, giving the Springboks a bloody nose at Santiago last weekend. Not last weekend, the weekend before. So I think they can really be proud of themselves, the improvements that they've made to their game. Not to be, sneered at, really. And then obviously right in the last couple of minutes of the game, Andre Pollard hitting a spectacular angled chip and chase, just using the side of his boot to kind of chip the ball at an angle, hopping underneath one of the defending players, Jesse Krul, at the right spot to take the ball, run through, get his try, which he absolutely deserved. I mean, he worked so hard in that match. It was absolutely fantastic. So, yeah, the entire bench being swapped off. There was not a man overlooked in the South African bench. Everyone went on. Luckily for that, Malcolm Marx scoring a fantastic driving try. So all in all, fantastic game. It was an epic clash for the Boks. Argentina, you guys can be really proud of yourselves. Springboks, once again solidifying why you are the champions in the world. And Sia Kolisi, a fantastic tribute to Argentina and their coach, and also to Eben Etzebeth, his best friend, brother in arms, and absolutely, as you know, saying, you know, Eben rightfully watching his back since he joined the Springboks back in the day. Not even the Springboks, being even back in the day as when they both played for the Stormers. Fantastic brotherhood there. You know, the camaraderie in the Springbok squad is one of legends, I think, really. And it's only through the absolute hard work and coaching of Rassie Erasmus, really. New Zealand versus Australia. Well, Sam Cane, congratulations to him. Absolute round of applause for you getting your 100th cap in a All Black jersey. Fantastic achievement to you, and hope there's going to be many more, mate. Australia got the early sort of leg up with a fantastic driving try. New Zealand then answered that with a fantastic attack move. Siva Rees then scoring the try. Fantastic game. So yeah, unfortunately the New Zealanders were kind of marred by some ill discipline, sort of early to mid game, giving the Australians more of an advantage, you know, for kicking, getting some penalty goals there. Australia scored 2 tries, I believe, that entire match, and then New Zealand just kind of took over, dominated the most of the game. Damien McKenzie coming in the second half around about the 60th minute, performed fantastically, backing up his teammates, making fantastic kicks, clearance kicks, always there when he was needed. So absolutely fantastic performance, putting some of the haters to shame, really, from the, you know, leveling some, in my opinion, undue criticism to his performance for this season. Will Jordan, fantastic performance by him. Wallace Satiti, absolutely out of the books. Australia, unfortunately, for the disallowed try, but luckily, the ball was held up, so no try called, but they did have a penalty that they could go back to, then score a penalty goal from there. Didn't do too badly. Australia losing to New Zealand. I think it was 33-13. That's correct. Yeah. I'm calling it from the from sources. I'm kidding. I'm using Rugby 365 for a lot of the stats and all of that. But it was a fantastic comeback by them. They played hard, played well, but unfortunately, it just, as soon as New Zealand opened the floodgates, the fantastic and absolutely brilliant attack moves just started flowing. The balls, hardly stood still with them. Just kept passing from player to player, finding those opening gaps in the Australian defence, and really playing a fantastic running game as well. Stormers versus Ospreys in the second round of the URC. I'm going to come to the. I'm not going to cover all the matches, just some of them. But Stormers versus Ospreys really, opened up fantastically with a fantastic try by Leland Zas, but couldn't maintain the momentum, unfortunately. Yuri Mattia scoring some fantastic kicking goals. But couldn't maintain that, the momentum throughout the game. Ospreys had them on the back leg from there on, really. Keeping the pressure on the Stormers the whole time, finding the gaps in the chainmail, so to speak, moving forward, always just playing fantastic running rugby. Yeah, seeing a 37-24 loss to the Stormers. But let's have a look at that absolute fantastic running game, because if the Stormers could have maintained this momentum throughout the game, I think they stood a very good chance of winning. But yeah, let's have a look at that beginning try of the Stormers. Run the clip.
Loose head. This is looking to land right in the path of Ruan now. Back from a 9-month injury layoff, but showing all the skills, and then the step and the go again from Ruben van Heerden. 2 meters away from the Ospreys line. The Stormers looking to put this one away, and they will.
So yeah, Dan Edward being also absolutely, how can I put it, a thorn in the Stormers' side. I mean, this man dominated the second half with try after try. That just, the Stormers couldn't keep up, unfortunately. Penalty try being awarded at the end of the game, with a yellow card going to Ben Jason Dixon. Shackleton actually performed quite admirable, him scoring a try as well, I think, in the second half, but just wasn't enough to fend off the absolute dominance within the game that was Ospreys. And I wonder if he was actually family from Jody Shackleton. I should actually look into that. I'll report back on that one. But yeah, unfortunately seeing the Stormers losing to Ospreys 37-24. Not even getting into the 7-point margin for a bonus point. So unfortunately, not the result that they were looking for. But yeah, hopefully they can gather themselves. John Dobson should really have a bit of a hard few words with the guys in the locker room, and maybe we can make a bit of an improvement moving forward. Ospreys, well done. Definitely the result you were looking for. The rest of the results for the URC, we're looking at Lions versus Ulster, beating them 32-22. The Sharks losing to Connacht 36-30. So yeah, they'll be walking away with that their bonus point. They're losing within 7 points of Connacht, but also putting on an absolute brilliant performance. Just wasn't enough. The first half was absolutely dominated by the Sharks. The first try of the game being scored by Connacht, converted as well. And then from there on, it was just, try after try. I think about 3 tries scored with Sia Masuku converting everyone and then scoring some penalty goals as well. The second half coming in just absolutely dominated by Connacht, and was enough to seal the deal for them. So sad for the Sharks, who absolutely dominated the Currie Cup finals, semi-finals and finals. So not the exact performance they were looking for. Jordan Hendricks are also performing fantastically well. Sia Masuku, fantastic play by him. Just I think it was even Esterhuizen. Yeah. Ruan Esterhuizen performing fantastically well. Him scoring a try as well within the first half, but just wasn't enough, unfortunately. But that's the way sometimes the cookie crumbles. The Bulls, absolutely wonderful performance. They can really pat themselves on the back. Man, dominating from beginning to end. Edinburgh pushed back hard. They really tried their best, putting up a real good fight, like just the Scots can. But yeah, Bulls suffering 2 yellow cards. Edinburgh only suffering 1. But still, for them to pull this kind of performance off was absolutely fantastic. The attack move that really stood out for me by the Bulls, having Edinburgh on their try line in their 22 and being hammered repeatedly by carries by the Edinburgh team, to pull off such a rip, stealing the ball, passing the ball back, starting an attack move that could only be described as one for the ages, from the 22, running almost a full 80 meters into their just before their half, really, not running the full 18 meters, but they ran right up to their almost up to their half, making a cross kick for a 50-22, getting a quick throw into the ball that started another attack move that saw Canan Moody scoring the try underneath the poles. Absolutely brilliant play. Fantastic tactician thinking and tactical play by the Bulls. I think, Jake White can really be proud of these boys. He's trained them well. Absolutely, I can't say anything more about it. It's fantastic. All I can basically do is just show you guys. So let's roll that clip and have a look. They absolutely pull that off.
What's in the game? It's ripped away from him. Fantastic defense. One for Marcus, got it. Chris Smith, this is where he's dangerous. They've got numbers towards the right. Keegan Johannes does the right thing. De Klerk puts it to boot. Here's Buta Chamberlain. Touchline will win the race. I had a question about the 50-22 there.
Right, he's already got the 50-22.
Playing it quickly. Here come the Vodacom Bulls. They'll get it. Kane and Moody. That is cunning stuff by the Vodacom Bulls.
So yeah, that's it from me, guys. Thank you very much for joining me for this one. Leave me a like and subscribe if you haven't done so. Also, give me your opinions down at the bottom in the comments field on what do you think of the performances we've seen this weekend in the various championships, the URC round 2, the final to the incoming series championship, and just enjoy your week. It was a cold one for us this weekend, rain all around here in the Cape, but definitely setting up for another wonderful weekend of URC rugby. The next leg, I think, will be the Springboks facing England, but I think that's only coming in October, November, somewhere around there. But something to look forward to, absolutely. So yeah, but anyway, guys, go into this week absolutely with positive energy, and let's be looking forward to a fantastic weekend of rugby. So without further ado, I bid you guys peace out.